Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 25 with the San Francisco Giants. It is July 1st, year 6, and the Giants are 64-30. It's been our best year so far. We went 20-8 in June after a 500 May. So, obviously, I know you can't take out the one bad month, but if you exclude May, we are 49-16. That's not bad. 29-16. Some injuries. Vaughn Grissom is out for another 5 days. Jarren Duran's out for 2 weeks. We brought up Tyler Freeman to replace Vaughn Grissom. He got hurt. Kyle Hurt is hurt. We're waiting on a diagnosis from him, and Dylan DeBrake is out for 5 weeks. So we are dealing with some injuries. Offensively, it's more the same. Offensively, we're getting some good performances, but we're also getting some poor performances. And I think most impressively, or I'm most impressed, I guess, with the two players we picked up off of waivers on opening day. We picked up Anthony Gutierrez off waivers, 24-year-old who's given us 1.5 WAR so far in the season. He's hitting .310 and playing really, really excellent defense at all three outfield positions. And then we picked up Carlos Jorge, who's given us and I removed the BABIP. It was becoming too hard to I just can't get used to it after, nearly 20 years of looking at the screen a certain way. I couldn't go back. I just couldn't go back to I couldn't get used to the new setup. So we just got rid of BABIP. If you want me to bring it back, let me know and I'll deal with it. But yeah, Carlos Jorge, 8 home runs, 432 slugging, 752 OPS. Those were our two waiver wire pickups. But Shanuel, Contreras, Lewis, and Jones are all having really nice seasons. Contreras, Jones, Lewis, all three of them may be gone next year. Contreras most definitely will opt out of his contract. He wants $150 million. We can't afford that. So we'll just get the years out of him, get the comp pick, and move on. Royce Lewis, starting to hit a little better, I think. Yeah, 276, 355, 500 in June. His contract demands are starting to drop a little. We can't afford it right now because we don't have any money, but we might once we get to the end of the regular season. And then Nolan Jones, he's having another nice season for us. He is likely to opt out of this contract when the season is over. He's 33, or is the opt-out after next season? No, the opt-out. Have I been looking at this wrong the entire time? Is the opt-out after next season for both of these players? That might be the case. I might be looking at this the wrong way. I guess we'll see. Rafaela, slightly below average with the bat, but giving us 1.5 WAR because he's playing really a good right field for us. Bradfield's been okay. I don't know that he's a starter, but enough contact and a good enough eye to be a good leadoff hitter. He just came back from injury, so we'll give him some time. I brought up Drew Ellis with all the injuries that we've suffered, and all he's done is gone 4 for 8 for his first 14 with a home run. So I'm trying to find a way to keep him on the big league roster. Ortega is doing normal Ortega things. He's hitting a little bit better this year in a backup role. Perez has been fine as a backup, and then Blyce and Guerrero have not been good. From a pitching perspective, Fumito Yamamoto, the 22-year-old that we signed in the offseason, is on pace to win the Cy Young. On pace for 243 strikeouts, 8 WAR. He's been unbelievable. Kyle Harrison, Iso Nishimura, and Noah Schultz have all been really good as well. We've gotten really good starting pitching, except for, and even Kyle Hurt as our number 5 has been fine, a 4.28 ERA. So we've gotten really, really good starting pitching. And we'll see what the end result is with Kyle Hurt. And I do have a trade lined up, and I've been working with my Discord, kind of getting my Discord's opinion on this, because I didn't want to game the system. But ultimately, I put together a deal with the Tampa Bay Rays, and I think the ultimate plan is going to be to pick up Isaac Paredes and move him to left. He's not a great left fielder, only a 40 range, but left field defense isn't all that important, and we might be able to improve that in the offseason. So they're going to retain the entirety of Paredes' contract, so we're going to get Isaac for free. or Isak, I think it actually is. Isak Paredes, I believe is how it's actually pronounced. And this ultimately may protect us if Nolan Jones does opt out of the contract. Can he play anywhere else? He can also play left. The reality is, defensively, I think Paredes might be better. Compare. Paredes got the better range, and Jones got the better arm. I mean, it's comparable. Jones doesn't have as good a range, got better error, better arm. So we may leave it with Nolan Jones at third and stick Paredes in left field. Not entirely sure yet, but you can see the deal that's being put together here. We're going to pick up Isaac Paredes and Michael Mullinax, who was the first-round pick in 2024. Hasn't developed, but really good defensively. I'm hoping maybe there's a TCR bump in there someplace, but he's got the defense. He's got the speed. Decent enough contact. He isn't fully developed yet at only 23. We may send him down to AA. And in return, we're going to send Tampa Bay Von Grissom. We're going to stick with our middle infield the way it is. The Grissom, I thought, defensively he might at least get it done, but he's not. He's been bad defensively. Hasn't been particularly good offensively this season. So we're going to send Von Grissom, Jaron Duran, who lost playing time. He's actually hit really well this year, but he lost playing time once we picked up Gutierrez. So we'll send him out. We're going to send Mason Black out as well. This was sort of the one piece that I was unsure about. I didn't want to send back like a bunch of 35-year-old AAA players. So I tried to come up with a deal that at least had some talent going back the other direction. So Mason Black just hasn't really been able to get it done for us since that really good stretch at the beginning of his career. Those first 2 seasons, just 2 earned runs in 21 innings. But he wasn't bad in 2027, but really bad last year and not great this year either. Cooper Rummel is a 23-year-old in A-ball. Edward Cabrera is the only, veteran on the list. He's got 4+ pitches. So he'll go to Tampa as well. Robert Colina, we picked up from the White Sox last season. And then Jesus Lujan, who's just a 40 overall, middling second base prospect. So those 7 players will go to Tampa. We'll pick up Isaac Paredes, Isak Paredes, and Michael Mullinax. Let's go ahead and pull the trigger there. Paredes will go on the big league roster. And do I have to send somebody down? I only have 12 pitchers, so I do have to send somebody down. And who's it going to be? I guess I didn't think that far. Oh, it was Blyce. Right, I was going to send Blyce down. And so the lineup now, we'll have Paredes in left, gives us another bat. We'll stick Bradfield in center. We'll shift everybody down some. We'll bat Paredes 6th against righties. Against lefties, Paredes will come in left. Bradfield will move there. We will move everybody up. Bat Paredes 6th. That will be our lineup against lefties. And then we need to call up a pitcher. And I was going to call up Gage Jump. And hopefully the injury to Hurt isn't too bad. So we make a huge deal, and it doesn't cost us anything from a financial perspective. Hopefully this gives us a little bump to our offense, but we're going to sim ahead now to the draft, and then depending on how long Hurt is out for, we may try to make a pitching addition as well. So let's just get to sim in the beginning of July. 2-0 loss. Hurts out for 3 to 4 weeks. All right, so it's not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. We do have to call up another pitcher. I think Casey Mize has been awful, but this is why we have these players, right? This is why we sign these players. Where do we go, Tanner Bibby? Let's go Bibby. Let's go Tanner Bibby. And I think we'll just stick him in the rotation right away. It's fine. So we lost 2-0. First game of the month. There's another loss. Because I think it's you guys. So I've simmed 2 months sort of live, and we've been bad, or we've been below average sim offline, and we're dominant. Of course, the alternative could be that you guys think I'm cheating, which I guess is a thing. But all right, so here are the AL All Stars. Any former San Francisco Giants on this list? I don't believe so. Let's look at the NL. We got Harrison made it, Nishimura made it, Schultz made it. So we had 4 starting pitchers on the All-Star game. Harrison, Nishimura, Schultz, and Yamamoto all made it. Any offensive players? Shanuel made it, and that was it. All right, so 5 players in total. Sim a few games. We got Atlanta coming up out of the break now. There's a 4-3 win. Jones, couple of hits, home run. Jorge hits a home run. Paredes with his first RBI. Oh, tell me Nishimura's hurt now. He must have pitched in the All-Star game. He pitched in the All-Star game, comes back and can only go 3 innings. It's all right. Coffee gets the win. So it's Pablo Lopez now against Yamamoto. There's a 7-1 win. We get 3 hits from Jorge out of the top of the lineup. 2 hits from Jones and Paredes. 2 RBIs from Rafaela and Gutierrez. Yamamoto goes 7. Game 3 against Atlanta. 7-3 loss. Now we're in St. Louis. There's a 3-0 win. We got or 13-0 win, rather. 5 RBIs from Vlad. Maybe the offense starting to pick it up a little bit. Maybe. Drew Ellis continues to mash. 9 for 18 with 2 home runs. Paredes has that average at 357. Schultz gives us 5 1/3. Let's go ahead and finish the game today. It's an 8-7 loss. All right, well, not a great start to the month. 3-4. It's time for the draft. We are picking 30th. It's a loaded draft. Absolutely loaded draft. You can see, look at all these 70, 75, and 80 rated pitchers. Ooh. Low work ethic, but he's a stud, and it looks the same offensively, too. Look at this. This is insane. Sam Holst. Look at those numbers for a second baseman. I had my eye on Andre Pastrana just because he's 21. But yeah, there is all sorts of talent in this draft. So let's just go ahead and sim ahead. So there's still 380 overall batters and 570 overall plus pitchers. They think we should take Holst, who was that second base. He doesn't really have a position, right? Like, that's a first baseman. Doesn't have, yeah, I mean, he's truly a designated hitter. So I don't know if that's going to be the option. At least not in the first round. If he's there in the second, maybe. So we got Mike Harrington. Okay, we got ourselves a 2-way player. 65th. Yep. I think here's our pick. We got 5 pitches. Harrington is a stud. Elite shortstop. Maybe a third baseman with those ratings. Arm's not quite good enough. Well, I guess 60's passable for third. I kind of like Mike Harrington. I think he's going to be the pick unless I'm blown away here by something else. Yeah, I mean, there's obviously lots of good talent here. Enough that I have to assume that some of these pitchers are gonna be here in the next round. But I think we're gonna go Mike Harrington. Potentially elite starting infielder, really good pitcher as well. We're gonna take Mike Harrington with our first pick. All right, now who do they think we should take? Dave Surgeon DeHart, third baseman, low work ethic, can't really play third base. Might be leaning towards a pitcher here with this pick. I don't like the low work ethic from all those guys, though. Kenki O'Brien, 6'3", 185-pound righty. Looks really nice. Joe O'Brien, not quite as good. I think I would go Kenki O'Brien. Where do we go? Chris Fries. A little bit older, a little bit more developed. Yeah, like Fries a little bit better, but let's see what's left for batters. I say left. I mean, the draft is absolutely loaded. Yeah, they wanted us to take DeHart. Not the best contact remaining, but I don't like the low work ethic. Fechner, no. Henry, again, looks like a pretty good shortstop. Maybe third base, actually, here. I think we're going to go... Ooh, Frank Cuevas. I think we're going to go Frank Cuevas. Yeah, we're going to go Frank Cuevas. 21 years old, 65 potential power, 60 I, really good defensively. And hopefully one or more of those pitchers is there on the other side. Let's see. Maybe we'll get lucky. Who was the pitcher we were looking at? I think the pitcher we were looking at is gone. So I think we can go to Kenki O'Brien, who we had talked about in the first place, right? He's still a ways away. 25, 40, 20 are his currents, but 65 stuff, 75 changeup, 65 splitter. Yep, Kenki O'Brien with the third pick. Go back-to-back starters now. Got Mike Anderson, a 20-year-old fastball changeup cutter, 55, 50, 50. Kind of a low ceiling, high floor kind of guy. I mean, I don't mind him. He's a lefty, only 6 feet tall, but I don't mind those ratings per se. Henry's still there. I would say doesn't like him as much. I think we're going to take... Burnett, Casanova. I like Henry. Cornerstone player as a shortstop. Mid-rotation. Okay, let's go Rudai Henry. I just with our offense struggle, with the way our offense struggles, I think it's in our best interest to load up on as many offensive studs. And Anderson's still there anyway, so now we can take Anderson in this round, and it works out for everybody. Now we got Josh Grimm. He's an impossible sign. Okay. Grosek, little dude, 5'11", 165. 70, 50, 50. Oof. Wow. This is a good draft, man. I like the idea of Josh Parker. 70 blocking, 70 frame. maybe. I mean, I hate to. I mean, let's just go back and look at batting potential. I would say he's an impossible sign. All right, Casanova. Looks pretty good, but again, doesn't really have a position. He's kind of a first baseman. Cabrera, passable and left. Here we got a catcher with projectable. I think we go Eichstadt. Catcher with that kind of projectable power, I guess. Yeah, we'll take Eichstadt. Casanova's still there, so we're going to pluck him here. Now we can take a look at some of the fielding. So Parker's still there. I think we can grab him. Get ourselves that elite defensive catcher. Sam Wilson doesn't have a great framing rate. High leader, but great blocking, great arm. I think I'll pass. Oops. Juan Gallegos, yes, sir. Yep. It's a good enough bat that, I mean, he doesn't really have an arm, so he's probably a second baseman when it's all said and done, but that's a really good second baseman. He's listed as a shortstop, but probably not playing shortstop with those ratings, with that arm. Andy Anderson, again, probably a third baseman. Third baseman, I don't like the outfield error. Bob Close, really good defensively. I like Chris Floyd better with the high work ethic. With the development lab, it gives you the opportunity to, truly lean into the high work ethic guys. I feel like these guys with the high work ethic are going to be more successful in the in using that development lab. I could be completely wrong, but that's just sort of how it feels. Pitchers, anybody with a knuckleball? No knuckleballers with a knuckle change. Chris Harmon, 22 years old. I mean, those aren't bad ratings. Maybe we can get the stamina to improve, turn him into a starter. That'll work. Circle change. Just a bunch of relievers. Cutter, 80 overall cutter. Wow. Whip Pinsent. That's a great name. That is a great name. Terrible. He's a terrible pitcher, but it's a great name. Jimmy Baltus. Yeah, we're going to take him. High school senior. Look at those pitches if those develop. Yep, 100%. Nick Hallwell. Yep, he's another one. Massachusetts boy. Lefty. Take him. Sinker. 18-year-old with high work ethic. Only has 20 control. You got Calvi. I like Zach Calvi. High intelligence. 60 stuff. 60, 45, 45. 3 pitches. Sure. What we got here? It's a reliever. Oof. Only 20 control, though. Curveball. Chris Goss. Only 20 control. Where do we want to go? We want to go to batting potential, I guess. What do we got left? We got Josh Ringhofer. Yeah, he looks pretty good as a 15th round pick. Ryan Christ, second baseman who can't really play second base. A lot of catchers left. Joel Booth. Yep, he looks all right. Daniel Ochoa. I'm looking almost exclusively at high work ethic guys now. Rackley. Yeah. Really good defensive infielder. Andy Anderson's still there, so we can take him now. Catcher can't catch. Dylan Hall, that's a weird profile, man. 60 range, 75 error, 40 arm, 45 turn DP. I mean, we'll draft him, maybe make him a second baseman. Hawthorne. Joe Healy works, sure. And that was a loaded draft. Now, who knows how all those players will turn out? But that was a loaded draft. I was impressed. Let's go ahead and offer him first because he's asking for more than slot. So is Eichstad. That's right. We had 2 first-round picks this year because we lost Luzardo. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, I can't imagine that all these players will turn out, as at 80s like they're listed at or whatever. But Harrington and Cuevas were our first 2 picks. Cuevas looks like he's going to be a really good third baseman. Kenke O'Brien, high floor, low ceiling starter, 6'3", 185. High work ethic, though, which is nice. Ryudai Henry, again, another projectable type infielder. 18-year-old. High work ethic, good defense, good bat. Not great speed, but that's okay. Mike Anderson, that high floor starting pitcher. Eichstad, the catcher with 65 power. And then Casanova, another third baseman who's a way off. So I'm pleased. I am pleased with that. I need to come in here, and I need to do this. All right, so we need to make some changes, I think. How's Kim doing? He's hitting 230. All right. So Cheryl can get called up. Wright was our first-round pick last year. He's not hitting. That's not encouraging. Cobb was our first-round pick in 2028. He's doing all right. But we're going to leave him where he is for now. Carney was that shortstop with all the power. He's still not hitting. Huerta, he's not hitting. I'm just trying to clear room for some of the because we got like 35 players in AAA or in AA, so we can start. How's Sanford doing? Shaheem Adewale. I'm gonna have to do some trimming of the fat here. Yes, I want to release Alex Call, my 34-year-old in AA. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to trim some fat once we get everybody signed. Rubik can go up. Nelson Lara. I just moved him right back down. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to have to really move on from some of these players, which is what happens in the real game. Right after the draft, players get released and they sign with indie ball teams or whatever. So, all right, let's sim ahead. What, about a week, I guess? Yeah, let's sim ahead to the Cincinnati series and see where we stand, and then see if maybe we want to try to add a pitcher. 6-5 win. Paredes 3 for 5. He hits his first home run as a member of the team. Jorge with a home run. Nishimura goes 5. Strikes out 9. Bullpen does their job. We got the Dodgers. Yamamoto against Yamamoto here in game 1, and it's a 5-4 Yamamoto victory. Actually, it looks like it's going to be a reliever, but that's okay. Royce Lewis 2 for 4, 3 RBIs. Rafaela, couple hits. Our Yamamoto gives up 4 and 5 and a third. Their Yamamoto gives up 4 and 6. But our bullpen gives up no runs over 3 2/3 innings. Savale now against Bibby. And it's a 4-3 win. What did I just see? Bibby went 7. Wow. Rafaela 3 for 5. He and Ortega both homer. Bibby goes 7. He called up Christian Little, and he's struck out 12 and 7 1/3. We look for the sweep now of the Dodgers. And we get it. 9-6 victory. 2 hits for Lewis, Shanuel, Guerrero, Paredes, Rafaela, Gutierrez. 2 RBIs for Vlad, 3 for Rafaela, who's picked it up as of late. Look at that. 4 straight multi-hit games. Schultz gets the win. Coffey with his 36 save. All right, 3 games against Cincy. 3-2 win. We're down 2-0. Harrison goes 6 1/3. Lewis and Jones both homer. Brady's still at 312, 436, 500 with us so far in 10 games. I'll take that. How's he doing defensively? Not particularly well, but that should be okay, I think, in the long term. All right, Abbott against Nishimura. And it's a 4-1 victory. Vlad with a couple hits, couple RBIs. Nolan Jones, 3 hits. Helps. Vlad's got the OPS up to 697. How's he doing this month? Okay. 298, 382, 596. I mean, if you can keep that up, he's got 4 home runs in 13 games. If you can keep that up the rest of the month. Final game of the series against the Reds is a 4-3 loss. All right. So, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Do we want to try to add to our pitching? I mean, it's never a bad thing to add pitching. Detmer's having a pretty good year out in Texas. 3.82. Jung-Hoo Lee's still hitting in Boston. What do we have for trade block options? A lot. Gavin Stone looks like he might be an interesting acquisition. Only making the league minimum. And, they want one of my better prospects, but I wonder if I can make this work without. So if I give them Florial, that changes things some, but I'm still not willing to give up any of these players. So what if I give you Kellner? I don't think Kellner changes it at all. No, he doesn't. All right. Sawyer Farr? Doesn't change it either. Throw Harrison Bader in there. Yeah, Ortega probably, I don't want to move Ortega this year, but we do have Wyatt Sanford sort of ready to go in that spot for next season. But I don't want to call him up just yet. I feel like that's a bit of a here's Freeman. I don't mind giving up Freeman. Who's this? Anthony Pack. He's really good defensively, but yeah, I can give you Anthony Pack Jr. So Estevan, Florial, Harrison, Bader, Casey Mize, and Anthony Pack Jr. for Gavin Stone from the Cubs. He's been their closer. He's listed as a starter, but he's been starting lately. Yeah, he has. Let's complete that deal. Now, what do we do? Gauge jump can go back to the minors. Go to designated for assignment. Call up Gavin Stone. Yep, he's listed as a reliever. We'll go setup, 7th or later. Dabovich, long relief. Thunderberg specialist / long relief. I don't want to make another. I mean, maybe we add another starting pitcher. I mean, we get hurt back in 5 days. We get to break back in a couple of weeks. Let's sim ahead another week. Make sure nobody gets injured in that time. I may want to do something with the lineup because Bradfield's not really getting it done out of the leadoff spot. I don't know what the answer is. Batting ratings. I mean, he is our best leadoff hitter in terms of batting eye and avoid K. I mean, we could do something weird and move like Shawnuel to the leadoff spot, but I don't think I want to do that. I like the lefty-righty thing we have going on here. So maybe... Why is he better against lefties? That's really weird. That's really strange. If I move him to left, now I have a really bad defensive outfield. I can't do that. What do Rafaela's numbers look like against lefties? I mean, let's try this. Let's try that and see how that works. I didn't realize how good Jorge was against lefties. But, I mean, Ellis is mashing, so we may as well continue to let him mash as long as he does. He's actually been average at second base, too. Yeah, we may as well let him continue to play there until he's not hitting anymore, and then we can just slide Jorge into that second base role. All right. Do I want to make a change here? Do we want to just do that? Let's try that. Let's see how things go with Jorge batting leadoff. His first game is against Miami. We lose 7-6. We win 5-2 behind, I believe, Noah Schultz. Yep. Shawnuel a couple of hits. Vlad with a home run. Schultz goes 6 1/3. Yep. All right, game 3 against Miami. We lose 2 out of 3. Hurt's eligible to come off the DL. Who goes to the minors? Tanner Bibby. You get the boot, my friend. It's got to go designated. That's fine. Injured. Hurt. Into the rotation with you. Philadelphia now. There's a 2-1 victory behind Iso Nishimura, I believe. Yep, he goes 6 1/3 shutout. Stone gives up a run. Lewis hits his 13th. All right, Cade Cavalli against Yamamoto today. There's a 6-0 win. 2 hits for Jorge, 2 hits for Lewis, 2 hits for Vlad, 2 hits for Rafaela, 2 hits for Gutierrez. Lewis, Jorge, Paredes, all homer. All right, we'll get through the Pittsburgh series and then, try to figure it out. Kyle Hurt back on the mound today. It's a 13-8 loss. We're going to move Freeman on a rehab assignment. Maybe Hurt is not the option. 5 runs in 3 1/3. I mean, his ratings suggest he should be a pretty damn good starter. He's been by far our weakest link. I wonder if he plays better in the bullpen. If we get rid of Dabovich, who's on the trade block? Bunch of tired pitchers and some injured players. Pitching ratings. Dustin May's making $13 million. Is it just this year? It is. Shane Baz is only making $740,000. Can we get Shane Baz? Go back to Tampa. We may have to give up an actual prospect. So all of our guys signed. That's cool. We're gonna, you know what? Let's go in quickly and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Disable AI promotion. How's Cuevas doing? Yeah, he needs to start here. That's fine. Eichstad, disable promotion. Okay, well, he's getting action at both. It's fine. All right, sorry. I got sidetracked. All right, how's Burgess doing? Wow. It's pretty damn good. Okay. What if we gave you... I don't want to give up my top... You get locked into your own prospects, right? Like, I don't want to give up... Where to? Great Ace and Stone. Birdan. I'd be fine with Birdan. He's been really good. He's making the league minimum. I wouldn't say he's been really good, but he's been not bad. All right. Well, they're asking for too much. That's fine. Gilbert's out for 5 months. Doval. I mean, no, you can't have Yamamoto. Is it a financial thing? It's not. Okay. Trade block. What about Zach Eflin? He's making $17 million for the Yankees. A contract through next season that I'm not crazy about. Let's talk about Dustin May. Okay. So something tells me we'll be able to get May for a bit less. So let's start with... Hartman doesn't change it at all. So I want Bolivar, who I'm not willing to give up. Burgess, who I'm definitely not willing to give up. Cobb, who I'm definitely not willing to give up. Maldonado, who I'm definitely not willing to give up. And Ramirez, who I feel like I am willing to give up. I feel like that's okay. I feel like that's all right. Bring Dustin May in, make him a starter, move Kyle Hurt to the bullpen, get rid of Dabovich. Yeah, let's do that. Go to pitching, and Dabovich can get the boot. Go here and here and here and here and here and like that. And then Dustin May can go right there. And then Kyle Hurt can go middle relief / long relief. And I guess we can use more often and see how he does. All right. Well, let's see how the rest of the month goes. We only have a couple of days left, but yeah, let's finish the month. Got Pittsburgh today with Schultz on the mound. There's an 8-6 win. So the offense has really played a whole lot better this month as well. Lewis 3 for 5. Sean Noel, a couple of hits and an RBI. Nolan Jones drives in a pair. Schultz gives up 4 and 5, but gets the win. Now we got Harrison going today. And we lose with Kyle Harrison on the mound. Hard to believe Kyle Harrison's been our worst starter this year. Let's try backing his pitch count off just a little bit. See if that makes a difference. All right, Nishimura today. 3-2 win. He scored 3 in the 8th. Pinch hit single, our pinch hit 2-run single from Rafaela. Ellis has an RBI. Nishimura goes 6 shutout. Coffee has his 40th save. We're not even done with July yet. Yamamoto going for his 10th win. And he gets it. We got a trade proposal from Pittsburgh. Well, I'll pass. It was a big win over Austin. Paredes, the average isn't there, but he's definitely given us some pop. I mean, I don't care if he hits 240. But if he can give us an 850 OPS, that would be fantastic. Rafael, his average up to 280. He's having a great month. 361 in July. Something about July and Rafaela in San Francisco. Not gonna argue it. Bradfield has his average up to 244. I feel like he's having a bit better month too. He's only hitting 234. Shanuel, 3 hits. Vlad has 18 home runs. Paredes has 3 hits. Lewis drives in a couple. Jorge drives in a couple. He has a home run. 258, 355. I mean, even if he gives us this the rest of the year, I mean, obviously 923 OPS is really good. I'm concerned. I mean, his actual ratings haven't dropped. His potential has, but his actual ratings haven't dropped. Yamamoto with his 10th win. Another game against Austin, which is Washington in this world, is a 8-2 loss. I didn't want to put those guys in AA. I wanted to put them in AAA. I don't like the 8-2 loss with Dustin May starting, 5-5. All right, final game of the series, Noah Schultz. Final game of the episode. We're going to go ahead and sim it through the deadline. 4-1 loss. All right. So, yeah, we're 500, right? 15 and 11. I'll take it. I'll take a 15 and 11 mark. As long as we continue to play every month over 500, I am fine with it. We got a couple of trade proposals. Oh, the GOAT. I wish I had seen this. Can we complete it still? We can. All right. We're going to make that deal. And I made that deal for you, FJ. Friend of the channel, FJ. FJ, that guy is a big Seattle Mariners fan. So we're going to pick up Matt Brash. We're going to send Cody Funderburk down. Who do we send down? We got to send somebody down. We need to have a lefty on our roster. Go Marinaccio? Can we? No. Who can we send down? I hate to send down Christian Little. He's been dominant. But I think that might be the answer here just for the next few weeks. All right, so we go Brash. And he'll be long relief / middle relief. So we pick up Matt Brash, and that is going to force up Wyatt Sanford, who's actually hitting quite well in AAA. So I think we're okay with that move. We'll call up Wyatt Sanford. We will slide him into the lineup as our backup shortstop. I'll get him every 4th game there, every 9th game there, and then Drew Ellis can be our backup designated hitter every 5th game against lefties. I wasn't planning on trading Rafaela, or I wasn't planning on trading Ortega, but when you get the opportunity to pick up Matt Brash, I think you got to do it, right? I think you got to do it. So we're going to go with this as our starting lineup now. Now we can get through the deadline. All right. Player development. Anybody of note? Jaheim Adewale is somebody who's gotten better. Might be a good backup catcher here at some point. Trinidad, no. Maldonado is one of our important guys. He's been really good in high A ball. We'll go through and promote some of these guys who are just dominating in their leagues. Contreras isn't really hitting, but that's all right. Sheffield, he's not really hitting, but that's all right. Carney, man, I hope some of this other stuff develops. In the middle infield, there was 70 power. All right, so we are done with the month of July. We are 79 and 41. I'm likely just to sim ahead to the end of the regular season at this point. We'll come back, and next episode will be the playoffs and hopefully looking to defend our crown. So big July. We pick up Isaac Paredes, only hitting 228 so far for us, but with an 800 OPS. Pick up Dustin May, who's only got one start, 5 earned runs in 5. And we pick up Matt Brash, as well as Gavin Stone in our bullpen. Stone got 4 runs in 4 2/3. And Matt Brash hasn't a chance to pitch yet, but ground ball pitcher. He wants a lot of money. This is purely a rental, but if it can push us over the edge, I'm willing to do it. So I'm going to go ahead, guys, now, and I'm going to sim to the end of the regular season. When we come back, we'll do the postseason, we'll do the offseason, and like I said, hopefully it will be a San Francisco Giants championship. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.